هاي بويز. أمس وقبل أمس صورت مقطعين سويت ردة فعل على جوردن رامزي، اثنين جاء عليهم كوبي رايت، لكن المرة دي أنا ما راح أصور مقطع الكيتشن نايت ميرز. السلسلة هذه أحبها ويمكن أفتح قناة خاصة فيها، والله ما أدري. المهم فقررت إني ما ودي كوبي رايت، ما ودي الحاجات دي، فقلت خلني أشوف مقطع الواحد يوتيوبر. اليوتيوبر هذا اسمه باتريك جافيا، أعشق الآدمي ذا، يمكن لي 2 أو 3 تابعه. فيها المقطع ذا تابعت منه 5 دقائق وتخليني أسوي عليه ردة فعل بعدين وبس. Okay.
It started with a video.
All day.
2 unknown men fighting in the backyard.
What was that motherfucking other I heard?
It broke the internet, transforming a broke security guard into a global phenomenon.
Please welcome Kimbou Slice.
But not everyone was a fan.
أحب الإديت حقه، أقسم بالله أحبه.
At that time, the UFC was fighting to survive, spending millions to legitimize MMA, only to be overshadowed by a backyard brawler.
The guy was the biggest thing I've ever seen.
These jerks are in it for the money. These guys want to come in, take a piece of the pie, and in it, they don't give a if they destroy the whole sport.
And the craziest part about all of this is that they almost did.
Wow.
Well, mixed martial arts is preparing for what may soon be its darkest hour since its North American inception in 1993.
That makes no sense. How could a backyard fighter get so big he almost destroys an entire sport?
Dude, we already had this conversation.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. Many times.
Bro, shut up.
You shut up.
No, you shut up. My mom's gonna kill us. Turn it off. Relax. It's just a fight. Who's that guy anyway? That's Kempo. He's scary. Where's he from?
It's tough growing up in Miami. I grew up in a neighborhood called Pinecrest. You know, people was dying. You know, you go out to take out the garbage, you would go around the corner and you would see a foot, and you just throw the garbage in the dumpster and run back upstairs, take a bath and go to bed and call it the night. That is some scary shit.
But Kimbo was known for being scared of nothing.
Well, the first fight I ever had, I was like maybe 13. The guy was like 26. I saw my friend of mine just getting beat up. When you have friends at 13, that's a serious bond.
So, who was his friend? Mike Imber. You gotta remember him, okay? He's important.
What was the nature of your relationship then? Just friends?
We were friends, and yeah, he always looked after me. He's like, what people don't know, Mike, is that when I came over from the Bahamas, people used to make fun of me all the time with my accent. So when I was younger, I was getting beat up.
But his mom didn't let it fly.
If you want respect, you gotta give respect. You don't take no foolishness from nobody. Don't let nobody beat up on you. And that's what I taught him, and that's what he did.
I didn't go through life being bullied. I go through life not liking bullies.
So he became the guy who beat up the bullies.
And everyone in the neighborhood and the project, they kind of knew, yo, man, first the fight.
Yeah. You feel like you were always destined for something big?
Yeah, man, I just felt like, you know what, there's got to be more to life than this. The goal in every kid is to grow up and to move out of the hood.
So what was his plan? Fighting pro? No, the NFL.
I played ball in high school. I was second team all day. I was ranked like 9th in the nation at middle linebacker.
He had a D1 scholarship lined up. Everything was locked in.
So what happened?
South Florida is bracing tonight for the arrival of Hurricane Andrew, what may be the most powerful hurricane to hit there in over half a century.
That year was just a bad year. You know, Hurricane Andrew came through and just destroyed everything. Even after the hurricane destroyed our home, we ran out. It was helping people, pulling shit off people's houses, homes falling on top of them. You know, we just went around looking for who would have survived or who, you know, was dead or whatever. And the city as we knew it was changed completely.
The area lay in ruins. Ferguson's high school canceled almost half the football team's games, wrecking any chance he had at a college scholarship.
I skipped college because of the hurricane and went shot straight to shooting into the NFL. Tried out with the Dolphins in '97, played with them during the whole preseason. Then was cut at the end of the preseason.
The hurricane blew his dream away. Yeah.
The early to mid '90s, right after Hurricane Andrew, where the economy was still jacked up, where, you know, finding work was still kind of hard to do.
Explain to us how long you found yourself living in your car and what that was like.
At one time I was homeless. At one time I had to live in my car. I was living in my car for a couple of months.
Whoa.
That took me into another type of life that I had to live. And I just felt like it was always something out there for me. Just didn't know what it was, couldn't put my finger on it.
What did you do after school to start making money?
You want the clean version or the unclean version?
The real version.
Drugs.
I started working at the time in a strip club, and I had to become another type of dude. And it wasn't no money in that. You know, we're talking like $30, $40 a night from 5 in the afternoon till 6 in the morning.
But guess who found him there? Mike.
We hadn't seen each other in years. He wanted to stop working there, and it just worked out great because I was just getting our company going. And
you know, hired me to be his head security for the Reality Kings, which I'm still am today.
What is that? You don't want to know?
when I first brought him on, I was only able to pay him a few $100s a week. And he was like, you know, Mike, I really need to be able to make more money. You know, what could I do? And I said, well, you know, I've never seen you lose a fight. You know, how about fight?
There's different neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? In every neighborhood, in every city, there's a guy who's always a tough guy. There's always a bully. Those are the guys that I like to bang with. I don't like them type of guys.
Wow.
They feel like they were a badass in their neighborhood. You know, represent your city. Never had a big agenda to go mainstream or anything like that. It was just a way to make some extra money.
And it wasn't even maybe about a month. Somebody said, hey, Big D just got out of prison. What do you think of maybe setting a fight up with him?
I got a phone call, and it was like, bro, would you fight Big D like $1,500? Wow. All right, cool, I'm down with that. You know, I said, hey, when y'all want to do this? This was Sunday. He said Monday.
Oh, so that's when you fought Big D.
What's going on here?
Big D.
Nothing.
Are you watching fights again?
No.
بعد عيال نتابع
Remember,
وحوشات
boys,
ايش فيها.
when the fights are on,
The boogeyman's near. You believe in the boogeyman?
Patrick, if you don't behave, I swear I'm putting out that taser from my purse. Got it?
Dude, your mom's crazy. You have no idea.
اوف يا ساتر يا ساتر.
Mike, being the brains of it all, decided to bring a camera just to record this one particular fight. And the fight took place, and I guess by all that anger, knowing my situation, it just unleashed the beast.
After a certain point, I think Big D had enough, you know, when his eye was into his face. And that's where half of his name came from. I guess Slice was one way to describe how his eye looked.
He'd be like, this dude's a literal animal. Why even hang out with this dude? But if you got to meet him, it's just a complete different person.
Kevin Ferguson is a person who's really family oriented. You know, Kimboo Slice is a protector of Kevin Ferguson. Two totally, entirely different people. And I am Kimboo Slice. It don't stop. It never stops. When the fights came on the internet, everybody started going to the internet now. They wanted to see more and more and more. So we started putting out a fight like once a month. Dude, we went from like 20 million viewers, 50 million viewers. The numbers kept going.
For the people who don't know, tell them what you do.
I do what I do.
All day.
All day.
So many people look at crazy shit on the internet. You know, someone will send you a video and it's some dude's in the backyard and he's beating the out of some dude. You know, and everybody saw it.
And that's how Kimboo was born. Yeah.
I remember now. The real problem started when Kimboo decided to go pro.
After, I guess, a few million hits, you know, on the internet, you know, everyone was like, hey, could this guy go pro? What's up with the UFC?
I would love to see him fight in the UFC someday. I think it'd be great. I would love to call a Kimboo fight.
I said, you know what? Let me give this UFC thing a chance.
So why didn't Dana just sign him?
Back then, MMA was still illegal in a lot of states. Dana was trying to make it mainstream by proving that the fighters were real athletes. Kimboo was a threat to that image.
My first fight was against Ray Mercer. You know, Ray Mercer, the heavyweight champion of the world. You know, a badass. And I was a 10-1 underdog. Gave him a couple of blows to the head, busted his nose, busted his lip. I choked him out with submission. They said that something that couldn't be done was done. We won. So I beat Ray Mercer in 1 minute and 27 seconds. I proved that to myself that I can do this.
You guys are seeing the evolution of Kimboo. That's it. The evolution of Kimboo. He's becoming a fighter, a real straight-up fighter.
And a few months later, he did the one thing that started the war with Dana.
What?
It's chilly in here.
Gentlemen.
The fuck is that guy?
What have you boys been watching?
Two girls, one cup.
Kimbo's fights? When the fights are on.
Oh, boogeyman. Shit. إيش بقى كونر ماجريجر؟
The boogeyman's near.
Bingo, Max.
The boogeyman knows my name. How does the boogeyman know my name?
Your name, your IP, your location, and your browsing habits.
Oh,
no way.
Shit.
Proton VPN's on. Right, Max?
What's Proton VPN?
Okay, stop. You're coming with me.
When the fights are on, the boogeyman's near.
I said, enough.
But flip on Proton, and he disappears!
No!
Downloading! Downloading!
Hurry, dude, hurry!
I don't even know what a VPN does.
It has your real IP. Lets you browse privately. It sucks.
Pick the country you're connecting from. Stream Netflix, national TV, sports from anywhere in the world.
Over 12,000 servers in 115 plus countries. Integrated ad blocker. I hate it.
Oh.
You connected yet?
I don't know, man.
I
feel like it's gonna slow down my internet too much.
He's got a point.
Proton VPN has an accelerator! Up to 10 gigabytes per second! 400% speed boost! It's amazing!
What the f is going on?
Oh, هذه ما شاء الله شكلها متغير.
Who's talking? You didn't flip on Proton?
It's probably too expensive, Mom.
It's starting at just $3.99. It's a no-brainer, Max.
Oh, that's it?
No, that's not it.
Every time with you, boys.
Wait. It says I get the full ecosystem. Proton VPN, email.
Proton pass protects passwords and identity.
All sync with one click!
God up!
Enough!
I don't have the promo link.
What?
It doesn't have the link.
Try protonvpn.com/PatrickGavia to get 64% off!
Sorry, what was that?
protonvpn.com/PatrickGavia!
Activated! Woo! We're protected.
هذول الامريكان كلهم عندهم مسدسات في البيت.
I hate.
يعني لو عندهم مسلسل لو عندهم حرامي جاهم يطخطخوه على طول.
So, Kimball signed a contract with a UFC competitor.
Elite XC.
They had rising stars like Nick Diaz, Robbie Lawler, and Gina Carano, but they bet it all on Kimbo.
Just having Kimbo on that card brings a lot of recognition to the rest of the fight card.
We just felt like he was so marketable.
This is Kimbo Slice, from the streets to the cage.
Just Elite XC trying to put all their eggs in one basket and have this guy who is this internet sensation be their figurehead.
He's going to be the guy that we took from a computer on my desk into stardom.
But it's becoming the face of Elite XC that put a target on Kimbo's back.
This guy is always going to be the toughest guy at the barbecue, but he's not a mixed martial artist.
Dana White said you're not a real mixed martial artist. What do you think of that?
Who?
Dana White, UFC president.
Who?
Well, people forget that Elite XC sort of had the scoop on the UFC. They had the scoop on getting on broadcast television, and they had millions of people watching those fights.
MMA had never been on a big network like that before, so
this is potentially the biggest thing to ever happen in MMA.
Kimbo crushed his opponents.
You know, just knowing now that I know I could pay the bills and my family can eat, man, and
so when that storm comes, I'm prepared for the storm.
How long do you think you'll continue doing it?
40, 44.
40, 44 years old, and then you'll quit?
Yeah.
After fighting, you're gonna get bored. What is it you'd like to do?
I can't get bored. I have a big family. I got a lot going on. I got 6 kids. Kevin, Kevina, Kiera, and Cassandra.
What's with all the Kevins?
Hey, man, you know.
And do you call them by their middle names, or is everybody Kevin?
It's very funny you ask that question, because when I call them, they know who I'm calling and they can come.
Really?
Yeah.
How do they know?
I have no idea how. It's just, I guess, it wasn't Christmas. It's a little bit before Christmas. It was when my youngest son was born. His name's Kevlar. And he was a very unique little kid. I'm not just battling this battle or fighting a fight, but I'm also battling autism. That in itself is a great accomplishment to see my son, you know, learning how to wrestle, learning how to jiu-jitsu. I'm giving him a part of me, he's giving me a part of him. It makes me feel good inside. And he was my best gift that I received for Christmas. My little kid. And this is the reason why I continue to fight like I fight. For one reason, and that's for them.
What were the numbers? Kimbo Slice versus James Thompson?
It was about 6.5 million people.
6.5 million people watched that fight on network television.
Kimbo managed to win over James Thompson, but his performance got a lot of backlash.
I was like, listen, if he fights someone good, he's going to get up. Like, I see all these holes in what he does.
So you're fighting this guy,
Frankie.
Ken Shamrock.
Ken Shamrock.
He's 10 years older than you.
Yes.
Will you take it easy on him knowing that? Or no, you will not.
Kimbo did everything he was supposed to do to put himself in a position to be recognized without ever having to fight a #1 fighter.
Will you take some extra added pressure to try to spoil their party, so to speak, and ruin their plans for the future?
It's exciting to me, man. I get to come in here, and there's so many things that I can ruin right now.
And strangely enough, Ken Shamrock ended up doing just that.
He found out how much Kimbo was making and how much he was making, and he thought Kimbo wasn't deserving of that paycheck.
All of a sudden, the day of the fight, we have an issue with Ken. He says he cut himself while working out in his hotel room.
How do you get cut 3 hours before a big fight? Like, what are you doing?
The laceration was there. They said there's no fight, but I didn't see how the laceration happened, and you got to take a fighter's word for it.
Some people have the theory that Ken cut himself to try and get back at the promotion.
At the last minute, Elite XC finds someone to replace Shamrock.
Seth Petrozelli is fighting Kimbo Slice. This is a last-minute replacement. I gotta think Seth Petrozelli's gonna f him up. If I'm wrong, you'll never see this. So it doesn't matter.
And it's about to get serious.
Seth Petrozelli, here we go. That's why they do this.
Oh, Seth busy. Look, Kimbo. Well, yeah.
Oh, you're right. Save America. Oh my God, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what'd I say? What'd I say? Seth Petrozelli is a bad motherfucker.
Petrozelli knocks out Kimbo 14 seconds into the first round.
So, hey, knockouts happen. I mean, that's what makes this game great. You know what I mean? Like, surprises every day.
I guess I should thank Ken Shamrock for this. I don't know.
The knockout hurt the promotion, but it was nothing compared to what happened next.
The alleged match-fixing scandal that had stemmed from last Saturday night's Elite XC main event has rocked the industry, with the after effects being felt not only by Elite XC, but also by the UFC.
Me and my crew have been busting our ass for 10 years to show people how amazing this sport is, the type of people that are involved in this sport, and you've got these boxing scumbags coming in and trying to fix fights.
In an interview with a Florida-based radio station, Seth Petrozelli, the fighter who defeated Kimbo Slice, stated, "The promoters kind of hinted to me, and they gave me the money to stand and trade with him. They didn't want me to take him down. Let's just put it that way."
There's nothing wrong with paying a guy to stand up. You know, we got no problem doing that. Yes, you scumbag. That's illegal.
The agency that oversees the Boxing Commission in Florida has commenced with a preliminary investigation to get to the bottom of this alleged match-fixing scandal.
They ought to be investigated right now by the FBI, too.
Bribery and match-fixing is a federal offense in the U.S., so if anyone is found guilty, there will be some harsh penalties to pay, especially if the UFC has their say.
What was your reaction? Now we're talking fight fixing. I mean, it just got really crazy there.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
And just like that, Elite XC was gone.
It's just a random day. I get a phone call, and it's Dana, on the phone. He goes, "I bet this is the last call you would ever, expect to get."
We meet him at a hotel room here in Vegas, me and Lorenzo, my old partner, and we're going into this room with Kimbo Slice. I'm like, we might go into this dude, might just
beat the shit out of me and leave. Dana White did say the only way I would get a chance to fight in the UFC is going through the Ultimate Fighter.
Talk more about this guy than anybody ever. And coming from me, that's saying a lot. So let's bring number 16 in.
What's up, DW?
What's up, Kimbo?
What's up, DW?
Jump in line there. And I think there's going to be millions of fans that tune in to this show and want Kimbo to prove me wrong.
I think Kimbo Slice, he kind of has a bounty over his head, for sure. When he walked in, it's kind of like the sheep entering the room with a bunch of wolves.
But something else happened instead.
You don't meet Kimbo Slice and not like Kimbo Slice. He was the nicest guy you could ever meet.
All he talked about was his family when he was in the house.
He is not the guy that you would think he is. A lot of people badmouth him and want to hate on him and stuff like that. But you can't help but love the guy. You can't help but like him.
I like the way you work hard, Kimbo Slice. Thank you very much, my Paige Jackson.
Never judge a book by its cover.
But Kimbo's time on the show is cut short as he loses his very first fight against Roy Nelson. To make things worse, doctors find arthritis in Kimbo's knee.
This cartilage that coats the bones, okay, that's missing. Okay, it is what it is. You've kind of worn out that cartilage there.
His time on The Ultimate Fighter was over, but something unexpected came out of it.
There could be another opportunity for Kimbo Slice to get back in there and fight again.
It's the UFC debut of Kimbo Slice as he fights Houston, the Assassin Alexander.
If Houston Alexander is the gatekeeper, I got one thing to say about that. Houston got a problem.
Where does Kimbo go from here?
That's probably Kimbo's last fight in the UFC.
There's still no denying that he's a huge draw. So as a promoter, you wouldn't want to put him out there one more time?
It's not about being a huge draw. You know, it's about having the right to be here. Because whether you're a big draw or not, this is about the sport and about who's the best. And there's other people out there who deserve to be in the UFC. The UFC thing, man, was good for me. But I'm ready to put that shit to rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if they want to say retire. I guess whenever I decide to shave the beard, that's when I'll probably put Kimbo at rest. But would Kimbo ever be at rest?
One time he went to the doctor, and I think his wife told me that the blood wasn't pumping to the heart. So I said, well, then he'll have to stop fighting. He said, but this is what I like to do. I said, yeah, but you're sick. You can't, keep on doing that.
Kimbo pivots to boxing.
Well, with boxing, it was just something to do. I just wanted to keep competing. I always felt like I'll fight anybody because everybody was the enemy. I really took the time to find out, who the enemy was. And then it's not that it was the enemy, it was the enemy. The inner me. Sometimes you realize the true you is the enemy.
Kimbo fights his way back to the octagon.
Bellator signing Kimbo Slice to come back, 40-year-old.
It's one opportunity that was given to me to fight Ken again. It's what brought me back to this sport.
You said some people have to eat, I have to fight, it's how I live.
I was trying to let them know that you're gonna make money regardless whether you fight. You don't need to do it.
You gotta think, I'm still hungry out here, man, and I haven't got my fill yet.
Kimbo gets his revenge and TKOs Ken Shamrock in the first round.
This is not my last fight. I will be fighting again.
And I was like, you don't have anything to prove. He's like, you're right about it. Ned's telling me the same thing. My mom's telling me the same thing. And I'm like, it's because we love you.
He would have never stopped. I think he would have fought to the very end.
I've been fighting all my life. This is what I do. So I'm hoping I could stay healthy and, stay right and be able to continue to perform for a few more years.
I say, oh my God. Why don't he just listen?
Here we go, you ready? You ready? Let's go. Right there. Come up to your feet.
The fight was criticized for its poor quality and serious health concerns for both fighters.
He steps in front of Kimbo, can't even get his hands up anymore. Kimbo gets out of his way, he's gonna fall. Last man standing.
Kimbo's win was overturned after he tested positive for anabolic steroids, a substance known to increase the risk of developing an enlarged heart.
So he called me up. I was going in there. And he was like, you know, they're telling me that I need a heart transplant. And he was like, you know, for the first time, like, he's like, you know, I'm scared. And I'd never heard his voice say that.
He told me I was sorry. He told me he was sorry.
I look up in his eye and I'm calling him, and I scream. I say, he ain't answering me.
A professional fighter who started as a viral sensation has died. The 42-year-old died after being rushed to Fort Lauderdale Hospital last night. The cause of death has not been released.
Kimbo was diagnosed with heart failure and was awaiting a heart transplant when he passed away.
No.
I'm supposed to go before him.
He still fought. He still continued. Even at the end, I'm fighting my next fight.
I fight for a lot of reasons, man. I fight for my family. I fight for myself. I was able to put my kids through college, you know, put my family in a home.
Every day I look up at the sky and I let them know that the babies are okay and mom is okay. I'm always talking to him.
Like when it comes down to your kids, you want to give them everything about you, what you have, so that they can be a little bit better, a little bit stronger, a little bit smarter, a little bit wiser. You just want your offsprings to be a little bit better than you were.
My real name is Kevin Ferguson Jr., but when I fight, it's Baby Slice.
I think he's going to have a promising career.
Of course, was you guiding him?
He's going to be a better fighter than me. Do you carry him with you?
Yeah, all the time. I want to continue the legacy and take the legacy to the next level, you know? I want to evolve the Slice name.
Life can be like a fight, and that's what I try to teach my family. Don't ever give up. Don't ever tap out.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. As you saw, we went a little bit crazy on this one. So if you're curious about seeing the entire process behind making this video.
أنا أعرف إن كيمبو سلايس توفى بسبب مشكلة في القلب، لكن الحين عرفت تفاصيل كثيرة عن حياته، وعرفت إن واحد من عياله قاعد خش الMMA، يعني شيء كويس، مرة كويس. بعد المقطع بشيك عليه بشوف ولده كيف وإن شاء الله يمكن ولده يخش الUFC، والله ما أدري. المهم كيمبو سلايس هذا أعرفه لي يعني أعرف إن الشخص ده لي فترة والله تابعه. شفت شكله كنت أحسبه يعني شخص زي يعني تحكم عليه من الشكل مرات يعني مي كويس إنك تحكم على الناس من شكلها، لكنه طلع شخص محترم مؤدب. لما أشوفه يتكلم في المقاطع، هي الله يرحمه الله يرحمه. بس